Hello everybody, it is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel, and I feel, how do I put this? I feel honored to be with you guys here today. So today being November 5th of 2021, the iconic Swedish band, ABBA, has just dropped their 9th studio album, but what is most specific about this is that it is their first album in 40 years. As many of us know, and granted, I'm not like a huge like ABBA stan, but I do love them so much because just because of the musical Mamma Mia, ABBA has been such a part of my life, and I think it's a very sad thing that in the 80s they chose to, disgroup and, all that good stuff. So this is their first album in 40 years since the album The Visitors, and since then they've not done really anything together. And now they're back. And I couldn't be more excited to be here today to listen to this album. This will be my first ever ABBA album I listened to in full, but like it's kind of cool because this is the ABBA music like of my generation, which I never thought would be a thing. But here it is. I get to listen to this and I'm so excited. This album is called Voyage, and as many of you know, we have tackled the first 3 singles for this album already. The first 2 singles were I Still Have Faith in You and Don't Shut Me Down, 2 songs that I've absolutely loved so much ever since the day they were released. And a few weeks ago we got the third and what I believe will be final single. I'm not positive about that, but Just a Notion, which we talked about and I have more to say here. But wow, this is a big day. This is a really big day for music, and I'm honored to get to listen to this with you guys. This is just going to be incredible. This is my second most anticipated release of the year. The first one does go to Thank You, Diana Ross, which that video will be up later today. But I just am so excited to be here with you guys. I think the best thing to do is to get started with this album, and yeah, what else can I say? Without further ado, we're going to listen to Voyage by ABBA, and let's just do it. And how blessed are we that it opens with this track. Like, they couldn't have opened it with anything else. Wait.
I still have faith in you. There was a union.
I love hearing this song.
Do I have it in me? I believe it is in there. I know I hear a bittersweet song in the memories we share.
All right, here we go.
We do everything else. The spirit has arrived. The joy and the sorrow. We have a story that is alive. And we need one another.
The magic that this song has.
Crazy things we did, it all comes down tonight.
Such a beautiful lyric.
We do everything I still have faith in you. It stands above the crazy things we did. It all comes down tonight. Do I have it in me?
You do. My biggest takeaway with this song is that, as I said before, I'm not as familiar with a lot of ABBA's album tracks. All their big hits, I know them. And I get the general gist of their story. I was watching actually a documentary on them last night to help me out, you know what I mean? But if this song touches me so much, the fact that I know that they've been gone for 40 years and now they're back, and this is the type of music that they're putting out there. I can only imagine for some of you guys out there who have been following them since day one, what this feels like for you. It's just so gorgeous. It's very rare, and I'm lucky that I get to say this twice today, especially when I do my Diana Ross video, but it's amazing how they can be gone for so long, and then the first single they drop after X amount of years is just up to par with everything that they've done before. It's so good. Like, the writing is so beautiful. I've always loved, because remember, they're Swedish. They spoke Swedish first, and granted, they've all been speaking English for a while now. But the way that they say things are just, like, the oddest way you could ever imagine saying things. Like, I still have faith in you is, I don't know, that's not the first, like, I get the general gist of the saying, but it's not the first way to say that would pop in my mind. Like, I would think I still believe in you. You know what I mean? Like faith, like that's just such a different way of going about it. I love this song. It's a great lead single. It's one of ABBA's best. When this and Don't Shut Me Down were released, I remember Don't Shut Me Down was the more popular one with like the dancers and whatnot, but I was like, this is the one for me. This is just gorgeous, beautiful, one of the best singles of this year for sure. Listen, again, I am so sorry that I cannot tell Anyetta. I've now learned it's Anyetta. I thought it was Agatha, then Agnetha. It's Anyetta, apparently. Well, that's what you guys tell me. If I'm wrong, then I really can't win. And Anna Fred, I don't know which one is usually which. So if anyone wants to help in the comments, let me know below, like, who's who. That always is helpful for me. That way I can learn and know. But I love how either of their voices sound now. I love the older voice, the thicker accent. I think it makes it even more beautiful. Amen. Track number 2, our first new track, When You Danced With Me. Let's hear it. I love this production already. This feels like it's gonna be another Reflection. Oh, and thankfully the lyrics are already up on Genius.
I can remember when you looked your penny,
Kilkenny.
and you told me I'd return next year.
I love how this sounds both modern and like a folk song.
Hold me to your promise. I hope you like it there. You're only here now. You see
Oh.
the village fair. You
Okay.
just keep on the music.
That makes the, oh wow, okay.
Could it be you miss the good old times when you danced with me?
Okay. Oh, that sounds so nice. I love it. I'm not positive they sound like bagpipes to me. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm hearing a bagpipe.
Ever in the time,
Okay.
happy to see me all with the merriment. There's a darkness deep in your blue eyes.
Okay.
So you left for the city.
I love a folk song, so I'm here for this. I like this. With me. Okay. Hey. Okay, so I love that already. I love how it starts off and it's kind of got like this mysterious almost production like right here. But then it transitions into this very folk sounding, almost Scottish song. Now I could be wrong about the Scottishness of that, but that's what that was giving me, okay? That's just me. And what's really cool is that it works as a sequel, kind of, or the second half of I Still Have Faith in You. In the first song where like we still have the band getting back together and they still have faith in each other. But this one almost seems like it's a call to the fans, like, you know, it's been a while and now you're back. You're back to hear us here at the village fair. You're just here for the music. That's all there could it be. You miss the good old times when you danced with me. I feel like that's a call out to the fans. I really do. I loved it, and it also works as, you know, somebody who's left town, they're coming back, and then there's their old partner, and then she's like, oh hey, you're back in town. Like, could it be, you know, could something be going on here? You never know. I liked this a lot. I loved the production. I love a folk song. I won't lie. So I liked that. I thought that. Aww. Okay, we'll keep it going. Track number 3, Little Things. Okay, we're getting a ballad. All right.
Little things
Aww.
like my gentle touch. It's amazing, darling, that so little can achieve so much. Little things like your sleepless smile.
Aww.
As a brand new day is dawning, it's a lovely Christmas morning. And
A Christmas song for this season.
for a while.
Okay. I was not a Christmas Carol in this new ABBA album. I guess the November release date makes sense. It's getting to be time.
Oh, what joy Santa brings, the nice little
Aww.
things.
Aww.
Like your naughty eyes,
Naughty eyes.
you'd consider bringing me a breakfast tray, but there's a price.
Aww.
Does it ever
Aw.
get better than this? Oh, what joy Santa brings. Thanks, old friend, for packing Christmas stockings full of nice little things.
Oh my God. Not the children! Aww. 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 Okay, so as I was saying earlier, I was not expecting a Christmas song to be slapped into this track listing, but it's everything that I didn't know I needed. I mean, it's such a. I really hope that this is the song that stands the test of time and it appears on like other people's like, you know, Christmas albums, because this is a really pretty little Christmas song. Especially because I was thinking, oh, it sounds like, you know, like a little mom singing to her child, but considering the two ladies are in their 70s, it's not. It ain't a mom. It's probably a grandma, or they're looking back, you know. But when she says, and the little kids at the end they say, if you sing along, it could be a song that my grandma sings. My biggest takeaway with this, though, is, as we all know, this is more than likely going to be ABBA's, you know, last album. You know, I mean, it's amazing we're getting this. But, you know, this is not fair, because how are you gonna write such a beautiful little Christmas track, okay, and then not release a Christmas album? I never thought of this, but we need an ABBA Christmas album. What? What? You can't, no, ABBA, I'm sorry, but you did this to yourselves. You could have said, hey, this is the last album, but because you gave me a Christmas track, now we gotta have a Christmas album. I'm feeling that right here in my soul, in my bones. An ABBA Christmas album. I love the title. See, look, you already got the title. Make it happen, ABBA, that's all I'm saying. Okay, track number 4, we have a song we all know, the second single, Don't Shut Me Down. A while ago I heard the sound of children's laughter. It was quiet, so I guess they left the park. Oh no, not backing vocals yet. Not yet. I thought it was there. Alright, it's right here. Has to let him know. This is where the little hoe in you comes out. Like, who walks around saying that? Like, I believe it would be fair to say, you look bewildered. I love it. All right, let's go. I'm fired up, don't shut me down. Like a dream within a dream, that's deep without it.
I'm fired up, don't shut me down. I'm not the one you knew. I'm now a little mind, and I'm asking you to have an open mind. I won't be saying this time around. I'm fired up, don't shut me down.
All right, here, I love this. How softly it just comes to a calm halt.
I have learned to cope, and love and hope is why I am here now.
You know, I'm really happy because when this song first came out, I was a little mad that everybody was more in love with this one than I Still Have Faith in You. I still consider I Still Have Faith in You the better of the two singles. But I finally learned to love it for myself, and I remembered the moment I was like, I felt my little inner hoe come out, you know, where the beat just kind of kicks in. But what I also love is that this is something that I kind of thought about when I first heard it, but I didn't delve too deep in that, and then someone in one of my YouTube comments did bring this up. It's kind of like a call out to the world, this song. Like, you know, a lot of bands or like artists, when they come back out after a long time, people are like, we don't want you, we want your old stuff, we don't want any of your new stuff, we don't want you to grow as an artist. And I've never understood that. I'm always here for new material. Like, I'm always here no matter what person I'm in love with. New material, I'm here for it. You gotta, if you wanna, like, it's part of, you know, being an artist. Like, you can't just like always do your hits. You can do a greatest hits tour, that's for sure, but you gotta, come on, give us something new. People want new albums, they want new music. And you know, it's been 40 years. I mean, both of the women sound different. We're in a different music world. Like, what was the last album? What was the year again that it was released? The Visitors, 1981. 2021 and 1981 is a very, very different, two very different years. And they're saying, hey, don't shut us down because we're still popping, and they are. This is such a good song. Again, I know that a lot of these songs did actually really well internationally. Let me see real quick, like what the. Yeah, look at all the charts that this is on. But guess what? The only American chart it gets on is digital sale songs. But everywhere else, like in Euro digital song sales, #1. Where else did it hit? Okay, let's see. Oh, Sweden #1, Switzerland #1. UK singles chart #2. Like, come on, America. God, I hate America. I really do. This is so good. I love this song. So happy that they've done it. Track number 5, we have the third and final single. Well, I believe to be final single. They still have time to release another one, but I'm not sure. But this is Just a Notion, which is the only song in this album that the production is new, but the vocals are from the 80s. So, we know this. Very Waterloo again. That's all. Just a notion. Are you dreaming? Just a notion. Just a notion. Just a Notion. So Just a Notion is a song that has greatly grown on me since the first listen. I still do have, if I'm going to make one complaint about this album, which this is it right here, and this is just me being me, I love this song. I just dislike the fact that the vocals are from the 80s. They're in stark contrast to the vocals that we have on the album of whenever they recorded these over the past 2 years. Which shouldn't be a problem, but I just love how they sound now, that I want more of like this current ABBA sound. Like, I'd rather this had been released like in a separate like ABBA Greatest Hits, which I do believe half of it was at one point. That's me personally. It just feels, the vocals, it just does something for me. They sound great, but I want to hear them now. You know what I mean? Still a really good song, and it's up to par with all of their old hits. Like, had they released this back in the day, I think it would have just as been a big a hit as Waterloo or any of those other ones. So it's still good, just doesn't quite fit for me on this specific album. Track number 6, I Can Be That Woman. Oh, and we're also halfway through already, so that's sad. But let's oh, something a little mysterious. This almost sounds like the beginning of Memory. Uh-oh. Who's Tammy? Okay.
The reproach in her eyes is imagined.
Okay. Oh. Oh, it's a dog. Tammy's a dog. Oh.
And her tail is swishing like a feather.
Okay, Maggie the dog, or Tammy the dog. This is, where are we going?
Then you curse and kick a chair.
Oh. So he's sad and angry.
And the dog, bless her heart, licks my fingers. I swear.
Poor dog.
I feel sick and my hands are shaking. Should have been. I let you down somehow. Not the one I could have been. I'm not the one I could have been. I can be that woman. But I can be that woman now.
Okay.
that I hit my rock bottom.
Oh.
I'm aware of how far I've sunk. You can't believe it.
Oh, wow. I love the strings.
To tears. Oh, but I'm sorry for the wasted years. You're not the man you should have been now.
Oh. Oh. Okay, ABBA. This was not a type of piece I was expecting. The way that this is, wow. Okay. I feel like, well, this tells the story of a woman who's looking at her man, and she looks, you're asleep on the couch with him. Yeah. A woman who, with her partner, and it just seems like this marriage is just at its wit's end, like both for her and for him. And I never thought I'd say, even though it's not really like swearing with them, like you, where they're saying screw you, I'm like, ABBA, you swear. They're not even swearing, but you know, oh my, and it seems like this lady wants to be there for her husband, but it's just like, it's not gonna pan out in the way. And especially, you know, I don't know if this line could be a reference to it, but oh God, I'm sorry for the wasted years. I mean, that could be a reference to the 40 years they haven't been a band. This was interesting. I was not expecting it. It's just like the way that this is such like a simple little story, but like I felt like I was there in that moment. I felt I was there in that room on that couch with the dog, the man, and the girl. Like crazy, but I really liked it. Like it's not what I was expecting. So I mean, hey, 40 years on, they're still breaking expectations. So there's that. Okay, track number 7. Keep an eye on Dan, and I'd love to know who Dan is. So let's find out. Wait, that sounds like... Wait, hang on. That almost... Wait. That sounds a little like Voulez-Vous. Or no, Mamma Mia. I'm getting them all confused. But that... I like that. Another downer coming up?
And I feel so bad. And he loves, he's dead.
Okay.
And I love him too.
Okay. I get what's happening here.
But it's over. Keep an eye on that. Promise me you can. He gives out of hand if you let him. So keep an eye on that. And don't forget, I'll be back on Sunday to get him. So keep an eye on that.
Okay. Keeping that eye on Dan. Keep our eyes on Dan. Okay.
And I bang
Oh my.
a wheel.
Wheel.
Keep an eye on that. Promise me you can. He gets out of hand if you let him. So keep an eye on that. And don't forget, money's
Okay.
it takes me back to our first day. So keep an eye on that.
This is so bizarre. Keep an eye on Dan.
Keep an eye on that.
Oh my. That is the Mamma Mia sound back there, which makes sense. That's a very... Okay. Hey, okay. So first of all, I gotta say, in the past 24 hours, I've had 2 very weird songs that have weird lyrics, but these dance beats. The first one that came, I filmed it yesterday, was my reaction to Shakira's Oral Fixation Volume 2, and it was the song Timor, which is just a song that you would not imagine to be dancing to with the subject matter. And this one is a little more like that too, because of the way it just goes about it. It's really cool that it samples a little bit of Mamma Mia in there, the keys. I heard that, and at first I thought it was Voulez-Vous, and I was like, wait, no, I'm going crazy. Basically, this is the story of a woman dropping off her son, you know, to go with his dad for the weekend, and but by seeing her ex-husband, she's like, he's still kind of cute. But then it uses the term "keep an eye on Dan, promise me you can." I mean, wow. This was interesting. Not the way I would expect this type of subject matter to be tackled, but I was ready to party, party, party. Especially this lyric right here. I think he must have lost some weight. Funny how it takes me back to our first date. So keep an eye on Dan. It's like she's just like, just focus on Dan. Focus on Dan. Don't worry about the man. I liked this. This was really cool. Not at all what I was expecting. Like this second side, because technically, you know, the first 5 is side A and the last 5 are side B. Side B is a very different take on material, which I'm loving so far. So I liked this. Track number 8, Bumble Bee. What a title. Again, that more folky sound. I love it. Oh, so pretty.
It's just the time if possible, and I wonder how he can find alone. And I imagine life is pressed, it would be a new kind of loneliness.
Okay. She sounds so good. Aww. Aww.
It's quite absurd.
Absurd.
To pause for bumblebees to attack. From time to bluebird. And for now I'm in my garden, watching clouds sail with the breeze, feeling carefree as I listen to the hum of bumblebees. Watching clouds sail with the breeze, feeling sad for those who never hear the hum of bumblebees. Oh yes, I'm in my garden, watching clouds sail with the breeze. Those who never hear the hum of bumblebees.
Aww. Ah. This song just makes me want to look out my window that I have right here and like. Aww. Okay, that was another very folkish sounding song, which I stan. You know, I love. Again, this one I would almost believe if you told me, hey, they didn't write this. This is like a traditional folk song. I'd be like, I believe it. This was just gorgeous. I think it just talks about just trying to find the peace in your life. I mean, I do know that one of the ladies, I'm not sure which one it was, but they have not really been in the public spotlight for the past few years. They've just kind of been in, not seclusion, but they've just been living a normal life. And I bet that they've experienced the simpleness of just sitting around looking at bumblebees, you know, just being at peace with the world. The one lyric that really just gets me, it's quite absurd this summer morning to think that we could be trapped inside a world where all is changing. Because I just remember at the height of like when the pandemic was becoming a thing, and I just remember like looking outside and I was like, well, it's funny to think how this beautiful world, like just, you know, from looking outside in my backyard, which isn't that pretty, let's be honest. But in that moment I was like, how is this world that's apparently changing still look exactly the same? Like that lyric really spoke to me right now. I thought that this was beautiful. And actually, at first I thought, okay, this is kind of cute and like little silly, not silly, but you know, light. But now I think it might be my favorite new track I've heard. I think my 2 favorites are the 2 Folkish songs, which I really liked this. I think Bumblebee was a beautiful little track. So peaceful. It just put me in my inner peace moment. I loved it. Wow. Track number 9, No Doubt About It. Okay, now we're sounding a little country here. No doubt about it.
He tells me that he won't take the bait.
Okay.
And I have a tendency to exaggerate. The best is not the best, no doubt about
There's no doubt.
Hands down, the form is coming around. Prepare to shout it louder, 'cause the rule comes if it makes you happy. Oh yes, I could, so hey, I make a day. If I let you set me, there I go, stomping my feet like a child. But he's a good man. He tries to understand why I feel.
Okay.
He's not alright with this, no doubt about it. I had to pick this fight for them. Gone mad without it. He's the little light.
Okay, this is one that I think I'm gonna need a little more time with. It sounds very, very 80s to me, which I do like. I just found that I did enjoy the verses, or no, the choruses a little more than the verses, like, I made a mess this time and there's, that's fun. But I wouldn't be lying if I said technically this would be my least favorite I've heard on the album so far. It's fun, don't get me wrong. But I don't know, I was kind of enjoying our little sentimental moment we had with the last three songs, but I get that they had to, you know, pick it back up again. But I think I'm just gonna need a little more time with this one, and then I think I'll get into it more. It was just jarring to me at the moment. I was in my feels and I wasn't ready for this. But I do like the lyrics. She's like, I made a mess, and you know, but there's no doubt about it. She's gotta fix it. She's gotta do something. So, interesting, but just technically my least favorite so far. Track number 10, the final track, sadly. We're already there. I mean, it's a 10-track album, but Ode to Freedom. Ode. Okay, this almost sounds like Ave Maria right now. I love that. Oh, this is a very short lyric. There's only 2 verses. Okay. Ooh, very churchish.
It would be a simple ode to freedom, not pretend, just live with dignity. I would like to feel my ode to freedom, being free is just one choice. To see when it's hard to hold. It's a fleeting thing. That's why there is no ode to freedom, truly worth remembering.
Interesting. I feel like this is one of the songs that you need to sit and listen to like 10 times before like the full meaning really sinks in with you. It's amazing. Okay, how do I put this in context? Like it's just this last lyric that sticks with me. I wish someone would write an ode to freedom that we all could sing. So it seems like with their ode to freedom, because you know the vibe I'm getting is that freedom is a different feeling for everyone. Which I feel like I'm too dumb to understand this. Then I fear I'd be suspicious because I lose some. I've actually read this like 3 times already, and I'm like I'm still trying to decipher what's going on here. So you know, in saving you guys the trouble of watching me confused. Regardless, I really liked this. I thought it was really peaceful. If like had this actually had been like an actual like ode to free, well, which it is in a sense, but like say that they had not wrote this and like say this was like a traditional song, you know, from Sweden or whatever, I'd believe it. It feels like an age-old song, which I love about that, so we stand that. Okay guys, we just finished the 9th and supposedly, hopefully not, final studio album from the iconic Swedish band ABBA. And I have to say, like I said, this is the first full ABBA album I've listened to, but it did not disappoint. I mean, 40 years out of the game and they're back as good as this. slays the scene. I have to say this album is everything I thought it would be, and also somewhat very different from what I thought it would be. So I think the best way to describe it is, I should also say the reason why I like to refer to albums as side A and side B is because that used to be a thing. And thankfully this album is being released on vinyl. I did pre-order the Amazon exclusive, which has the orange, it's like orangish yellow vinyl, and it has the original cover. I usually try to get the Target ones, but the Target one had the avatars on the cover, and I'm going to talk about the avatars in a second here. But I didn't want to be anywhere near that. So in terms of side A, I feel like that's really our fun side. That's really our our nice little sentimental, sweet, but also fun. Like I just say, I Still Have Faith in You is my favorite song out of this whole project, and especially Don't Shut Me Down, Just a Notion. We got good things there. You guys know my thoughts on Just a Notion, but still a good song nonetheless. Out of the songs that I didn't know, I have to say my two favorites are probably Bumble Bee and When You Danced With Me. The two that sound very folkish. I absolutely loved them. I think that those will be my two favorites, like going in out of this, learning what I learned. Little Things, the Christmas song, cute. I'm very shocked to have a Christmas song on here, but if anything, it's a tease, in my opinion, for a Christmas album, which I'm here for. So I'm just saying that there. Then we have the I Can Be That Woman, which is a very, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I think my favorite, though, out of that probably would be Keep an Eye on Dan. Just a fun thing to dance to, not something you were expecting. I think my technical least favorite is probably No Doubt About It. I think I just need more time with it, though, and I feel then I'll like it. And Ode to Freedom is just, that is its own separate thing, which I love too. I just got to take more time and really, decipher it and get my meaning out of it. But after 40 years, I mean, this album did not disappoint. I think it was really, really nice. If albeit a little too short, I think it could have been panned out a little more with 2 more songs. A 12-track album, I think that would have been perfect. Because they apparently have a lot in the vault. So, but then they might have used older vocals, which I'm not as necessarily here for. But I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm so happy that they came back. The one thing I do want to talk about now, though, is just something that I don't agree with. So as we all know, they filmed themselves as avatars to perform at that stadium in London. Now, in my opinion, the whole point of an avatar, or the hologram type thing, is usually for people who are dead. So they've done it with Maria Callas, which looked cool. I think that from what I've seen of that hologram, that looked cool. But then you have the really horrible Whitney one, which just looks god-awful. And my thing is I'm like, all 4 of them are alive. I understand that the 2 ladies don't want to perform, but I'm like, you guys are alive. Like, I just feel like there's no point in having avatars that do your show for you. Like, to me, that just doesn't feel right. I'm like, if I can pay money to show up, why can't you? I'm not showing up. I'm not going to London for it, but it'd be cool. I would go to it, but I'm also like, you guys are still alive. You still, from what I can tell, look pretty, healthy. Why not perform together? Why not do it? Just as Nike says, just do it. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with the whole Avatar thing. That's why I didn't really want the Avatar cover one. I love the cover of this with what looks like the earth and the sun coming up over it. Beautiful. But yeah, that was Voyage, an album that I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm so happy they came back. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So what do you guys think of Voyage? Let me know in the comments below. As always, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff, and I'll see you soon. I still have faith in you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.